Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stuart and welcome back to yet another video. Today, we're going to be giving out the brand new 4 characters on Marvel Rivals Fantastic Four, right? Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, and of course, the Thing. And I'm going to give you one ability that I think every one of those characters should have added on to their abilities they already have. These 4 characters are, some of them are very amazing and great in the game, and some of them are trash. And so I think that I'm going to add a ability to each one of these characters that I think fit them very well and will only help them without completely overhauling a massive part of them and making them characters that they are basically unrecognizable. So if you guys like this idea, maybe I can do this for other characters. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't already, it would be very, very, very appreciated. But other than that, let's not keep yapping. Let's get into it. Let's start off with Mr. Fantastic, who I have knocked myself, and I said this in one of my last videos. I think he's the worst character in Marvel Rivals, and I think a big reason why he's so bad is his lack of mobility as a DPS. He has other ways where he's able to tank, right? Where he can basically take bullets, right? And, you know, when people shoot at him and he gets his bigger form and shoots them back at other people, he's got abilities to pull himself to his enemies. But I think a great way would be, he's got his flexible elongation ability where he can grab a enemy player and pull himself to them, but he can't do it very often. So I think what he should do is he should kind of be similar where he can do that with just any spot. So anytime there's movement and you're trying to get out of the way as Mr. Fantastic, you should be able to pull yourself to a certain spot and pull yourself to any corner or any area of the map. So imagine you're in the offense or in the defense, you're getting hit, you want to pull yourself to a guy to do more damage or pull yourself away. You can now do that with this ability. I think this gives him the much needed movement that he has been desperately needing. I think this allows it to also just fit his character, his elongated arms. Like if he's able to pull himself to enemies, why can't his just elongated self pull himself towards any area as well? It helps with the movement, it helps with his inability to have range with his character, and I think it would be a great addition to the game, and that's why I decided that him pulling himself to any position would be nothing but beneficial to him. Let's talk about Invisible Woman, one of the best characters in the game. I don't think that you really have to change her. I think she's a fantastic character that fits her role very well with her shield-like abilities that she's supposed to have as that, you know, healer, or that's her, you know, kind of viable support method. But if you are going to change her, I think the best thing to do is take her Guardian Shield ability, which she has, which you don't know what it is. She can put up a shield to any of her teammates that'll do 300 HP and shield them at any time. And I think what she could do is she should be able to Guardian Shield herself. Okay, if she's in trouble, Guardian Shield. If she sees other teammates, Guardian Shield. I think that she should have that ability to do so. She's got great movement, but if there is something like a maximum pulse, if there is something like Namor's abilities, if there is something where she is in deep trouble, or like a Scarlet Witch, she should be able to Guardian Shield herself, put that up so that she doesn't have to put herself in danger. I like the idea of her protecting her teammates, but she also needs to find a method of protecting herself that isn't going invisible, because it takes her so goddamn long to go invisible. And I think the best way of that is just Guardian Shield herself. Shield herself up. Okay, you're shooting yourself up, you shield up your teammate, you realize that they're now focused on you, bang, right here, right? So I think that would be very helpful. She would work out very well for that, and I think that's something that you really should consider with her character. The thing is funny, he's actually similar to Mr. Fantastic, to where he doesn't have much range. His biggest like range attack is his sort of stampeding and then slamming on the ground, his running ability with that, but that's not a range attack. So what I think his range attack should be is after you stampede on the ground or at any point, he should be able to create a rock from the earth, dig into the earth, create a rock, and just chuck it. Just throw the fucking rock. Just fucking boom, create it, bang, throw it. And the reason I think that'd be helpful is I think he should be able to do maybe a stun ability, maybe just a massive knockback and do some damage as well. It doesn't have to be this massive damage attack, but he's got to have some level of stun ability or at least knockback with ranged enemies so that he can, you know, make that distance. Because say knockback, right, it's just going to make the distance farther. But then after that, maybe after a knockback, it takes people a second to kind of reconsider, re-get themselves up. So I think a stun would work out better. But it fits his character mold. And it's not something too overpowered. If you wanted to do it to where he can only do this after a charge, I would be okay with that too. Let's say that he has to charge, slam the ground with this charge effect, and then grab it and throw it, and that's the only time he could use it. I wouldn't be too against that because it's like you're destroying the ground and then grabbing the rock from the ground and throwing it. That isn't like the worst idea, but I'm also okay with just you being able to do that at any time you want and just throwing it. So I think this would be a really good ability for him to use, something that I think wouldn't be over the top, something that I think would be very helpful no matter who the character is. And as you throw it, he, like I said, he really struggles with ranged characters. And I think that this ability specifically is the best way to combat that. The last guy is the Human Torch, Johnny Storm. Now, here's the weird thing about him is I don't have a specific ability. I kind of have two for him. Number one, I think that he's got to be able to rework his flying. His flying feels janky. Does it feel weird to anyone else? Why doesn't he just have the same flying as Iron Man? Now, I understand you not wanting to have everyone have the same mechanics, you know, two flying people, but his flying mechanic is so janky and buggy and not smooth. It's mechanically, for a game that has a lot of mechanically sound features that are just really well together, this one just seems odd, out of place. It doesn't seem fully fledged out. I don't like that he moves across like this. I don't like that you have to kind of look in the direction you're moving across. I don't like that you can kind of evade easily. It's just strange. I don't like it. So that's one. Number two, when he flies, if you ever see this, there's little fires that go around him, right? Little fire orbs. I think a great ability is that if people get close to you, those fire orbs do damage. I think that's a great ability for him because the way to beat Johnny Storm is to get up close, right? And kind of single him out, not letting him kind of hide in the air behind everyone. So what is the best way to combat that? Getting close. And as Johnny Storm, you need a way to get away from that, to evade that. It can't just be flying. I think his fire balls that kind of fly around him, if those actually did damage, even if it's small lingering damage, it would be very helpful. So rework his flying and have those animation fireballs around him actually do damage instead of just look good. But that's kind of what I have for Human Torch. I would rework him a lot because he is not a very good character. I mean, he's okay, but he's not the best, and I think that you can do a lot with him. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. I know this was a much simpler video than me ranking every single character, but I have an idea of ranking every single ult in the game, so if you guys want to see that, let me know, because I would love to do something like that. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, my brothers in Christ, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.